I did not realize I would be filming so many of these with no makeup on, but it just ends up being where I film them super late at night. I'm not gonna put makeup on for it, I'm sorry, I'm just not. I'm here to talk about my 13-week journey. This video will actually be a short one just because there's not a whole lot of updates on symptoms, and I just primarily would like to talk about the doctors that we went to. Yay. First thing I wrote for my 13-week notes, I just kind of take notes throughout the week. How do I say this? My bladder is very active. I have to go to the restroom so much, and it's not just like, how do I say this? My bladder is active and my bladder is full all the time. I don't understand. I can only imagine it is because I drink my weight in water, but also I'm assuming the baby is just right on top of it, and though the baby is not that big, I think it's making a difference. It's something I have to like plan around now. We went to go see Legally Blonde the musical over the weekend. So good, so fun. Me and my in-laws. And I purposely, I'm like out of breath. I'm not even doing anything, I'm just talking. I purposely stopped drinking water about an hour before we left. Only drank a couple of sips on the way, and I went to the bathroom before the show, and it worked. I did not need to go during the show, but I got a headache right in the middle of it. So that's my next note. My headaches are still there. They are every day without fail. When I am drinking water all the time, I still get a headache, but if I take medicine, it's typically fine. But if there's like an hour or two where I'm not drinking water or I forget to drink water, my body tells me immediately by giving me a headache, and it's just so dramatic, you know? It's just like the second I stop drinking water, it's just like my head throbs. So I'm still taking medicine every day. At least I only have to take like one dose of it. You know, I don't take like medicine constantly throughout the day. But it is still every day, and I really don't like that. My mom gave me some tips on how to counteract headache, you know, stretching your neck, which I definitely need to be doing more of, stretching and things like that. And ice pack on the back of your neck. So I definitely want to try some of those things, especially in some situations throughout the week. It's not very frequent, but sometimes when I take medicine, it doesn't go away. My headache doesn't go away as quickly as I would like it to, or it doesn't go away at all. Like on Monday, I think it was, I had a headache that lasted all day, and I don't know like what was going on with that. I was drinking plenty of water, and it was just one of those days. But yeah, it's usually like in the middle of the day when I get my headaches. Very like kind of on time. Oh, I didn't start with food. That's funny, because honestly, like food is slowly still becoming like not as terrible for me. There are still things I for sure can't eat, but I am going to try to cook something this week. I just got the groceries for it today. I typically make I don't know what to call it. I usually call it my nacho mixture. I call it taco mixture. These like ingredients I have evolved from like a taco bake to tacos to nachos to like it was like soup at one point. Like there is a lot of variations of this dish, but essentially it's just red, yellow, and orange bell pepper, red lentils, chickpeas. I mean, I have like my all-out version, and then I have my modified version that I'm going to do this week. So my all-out version is all of that plus zucchini and squash, nutritional yeast, lime. I basically just put everything in like a big skillet, cook the lentils, put it in there. Sometimes I put carrots in there. A taco packet, taco seasoning. I just put it over tortilla chips, avocado, vegan cheese on top. It's delicious. It's pretty healthy. I sometimes do like beans, like kidney beans or like a tribe bean blend, like black beans and stuff like that. So again, there's been lots of variations of it. But anyway, this week all I bought was my lentils, my chickpeas. I have beans. I might try those just for the added benefit of it. I think it's like chili beans, black beans, kidney beans, something like that. Bell peppers. I got all 3 bell peppers. I got avocado. So I'm basically just going to make like a very modified version of it. And I got taco shells this time, like the hard taco shells. Those are my favorite. I can't do soft tacos. I'm a crunchy girl. So it's basically like the tortilla chips in nacho form, but in now taco form. And it's a bit more modified. There's less ingredients. And I'm hoping that the smells are not overpowering. The lentils, I can smell them now. If you've ever cooked lentils, you know the smell. It smells like my friend's house from like high school, but like not in a bad way. Maybe they cooked a lot of lentils. It just has a very distinct smell. Hoping that I can bear the taste, because that would suck to waste all that and all of those ingredients. Oh, I put Rotel can in there too to make it a bit spicy. I was just about to say I could give it to my mom if I don't want it, but I don't think she'd like the spicy. I had a frozen pad thai dinner. I had a piece of pizza from Mellow Mushroom, a vegan one, of course. And red sauce was one of my biggest food aversions. Anything tomato-y. But I'm able to eat tomatoes, and I was able to eat the pizza, and I liked it. So I need to get it out of my head that maybe it's not an aversion anymore, and I can open myself up to other cuisines. We're getting there. So anyway, that's that with the food. The only other symptom that I noticed that is kind of corresponding with what my app says are bleeding gums. It doesn't happen when I floss or brush my teeth. Only one like little spot on my gum started to bleed when I tried to whiten my teeth with whitening strips. So I don't think I should be doing that, even though I need to be doing that. I just don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I accidentally had it like up on my gum. Not sure. It was just in one spot and I was like, oh, that's not good. But yeah, I know oral hygiene is really important for, I forget why, but I'm trying to like pay attention to that. It's not stopping me from eating. Like I got Skittles today, the purple bag. So good. I really want the blue bag, but can't find them anywhere. Okay, one little just tangent, because like I swear I'm going crazy. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but one day I wanted a frozen burrito that I used to have at work all the time. I spent like 25 minutes in a parking lot researching, Googling, looking everywhere online for which store near me had this burrito. Okay? No one had it. I went home. I was devastated. I spent so much time looking for it. I could not find it. And at that point, I don't even know if I wanted the burrito or if I just wanted to find the burrito. But next day, couldn't stop thinking about it. Found it at a restaurant.
That is not correct.
Found it at a grocery store near me that I had never been to before, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get a couple of things. I hate going to other new grocery stores because I don't know where anything is. It's gonna take me 2 hours, but I'm not just gonna go for the burrito and not get other stuff too. I'm gonna make a trip out of it. Guess what they didn't have? It was on their website. They had a spot for it in the little freezer, but it was all gone. Not even like the box was there. So I tried online. I could just get it delivered via Amazon or Instacart, or someone somewhere has to have this freaking burrito. Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Tom Thumb. I went to a Tom Thumb. I went to 2 Tom Thumbs. Kroger, Target. No one has this burrito. And I still have yet to find it. It is driving me nuts. I even looked at the grocery store that is right by my old work. I would drive 20 minutes there to get that burrito. Maybe it's seasonal. I know I'll find this burrito again someday, but it's just frustrating because I can't find it. And I really, 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 really want it for some reason. That was one thing, okay? My Skittles, my blue Skittles. I've been wanting blue Skittles for, I think they're the tropical flavor. I've been wanting them for a while. Can't find them. Any stores, convenience stores, Walgreens, CVS, grocery stores, they're not there. I'm assuming that's going to be a seasonal thing because it's literally tropical. But the burrito that I want is called chicken fajita. That's not seasonal. And today, we went to see the musical, was it yesterday? And they had concessions and I was just not interested in it. And my sister-in-law, she got these voodoo kettle chips. Never heard of them. Everyone else that I was with had heard of them. I'd never heard of them. And she was eating them next to me and we checked and it's vegan. She was like, do you want one? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be brave. I don't know what this flavor is. It's gonna be spicy. Is it gonna be garlicky? Couldn't tell you, but I'm gonna try it. And I love them. I fell in love with them. They were like a vinegary something. So good. Turns out Kroger has them. Great. I ordered groceries. Put 2 bags in there. Guess what they didn't bring me? They're out of stock. H-E-B doesn't have them. Trader Joe's doesn't have them. So now I'm going to go on a hunt for those because I want to eat them. I only had 2 and I want a whole bag. But it's like, that's when I get like irked, you know, when I want something to eat and I can finally eat and something sounds good and appetizing. So deprive me of these things. Anyway, it's just like there's a list of things I need to go find in like another state or something because I want them so bad. But anyway, physically felt great this week, emotionally, mentally. I did as best as I could. Let's talk about the doctor visit. So I went to the doctor on Tuesday. I'm just gonna walk you through the whole appointment, right? We get there, so excited. I was actually so nervous. I thought I was nervous for my first 8-week appointment. I was beyond nervous for this next one because it had been so long. I said it last time, but I started feeling a bit better and that made me feel scared and made me feel guilty, like, what's happening? But we get there and we're immediately taken into a room for a sonogram. Well, they told me at the desk something about something and she was like, oh, and you're gonna get your sonogram today. And I was like, oh, okay. I did not like think I was gonna get one today. I thought I was just coming for the blood draw, but okay, I'll take a sonogram, sure. I thought we were gonna do the blood draw and just like listen to the heartbeat, but we did like a full-on sonogram. So we went into the room and the woman, is this relevant? Probably not, but she was not overly talkative. She was there to get her job done. And I don't know if she does that for like time efficiency, I'm sure she does, or if she just wants to stay pretty neutral just in case there's some bad outcomes. But like the fact that I didn't know I was getting it and I was just so excited, like it just felt very rushed. And I was not allowed to record, so the reason that they did a sonogram was to check the fluid in the back of the neck, nuchal something, a nuchal test maybe. Everything was normal. And I freaking wish I could have taken pictures of her and recorded it because she showed me such good images. She did the little jelly on my stomach, like in the movies. What? And it wasn't cold. I was expecting it to be cold like in the movies, but it was warm. I think they've evolved. I think they've learned to keep the jelly warm. Something I was not expecting with that, though, was how low she had to go to find the baby. I mean, she was bordering some territory, you know what I'm saying? I thought the baby would be like around my belly button area. No, it's way lower than that. But anyway, she showed us such good images. We saw the side profile of the baby. We hadn't gotten a side profile yet. I have been emotional this week, so I might cry. But oh my god, you can literally see the nose. It is my background right now. You can literally see the nose and the head. And it kind of looks like you can see little lips. I don't know if that's just... Maybe it is the little lips, and you can see the chin and the legs. Oh my god, it's just such a beautiful photo. So she showed us that. Heart rate was 145. If you saw the Wives' Tales video, you'll know that anything above 140 is a girl. But it's only 145, so it's like, is that high enough? Does that count? What's happening? I don't know. So she showed us, she wanted to make sure that the arms were there and the legs were there. She just showed us like isolated images of all of the parts of the baby, and she even showed us the little feet on the side, and you could literally see all the toes. And here I was just like not being able to record, in awe that I was there in the first place getting all these photos. Was not expecting my baby to be this big and this clear and on the side like that. I'm just going through a lot, thinking we would get photos of all these things, like a strip like we've gotten before. No. Don't know why. Don't know why. Didn't even have time to ask her about it, but she said something about like, oh, it's printing. So I just assumed all of those that she was showing us, all the times that she stopped and was like, look, photo. No, we only got the side profile. And then she showed us a 3D image live of our baby. And I just like was not ready for all of these things to happen. So the image was like, here's the baby, that's the face like looking up. The camera was right on it, so it was literally like right on top of the baby, and everything was like yellow and orangey. I can only like see it, but I can't even describe it, and I wish I could see it again. I thought I was going to get an image of that. Like, why would you not print everything out? But my baby was looking up at the camera, and its arms were kind of like, just like on its little chest, just kind of like flopped. And the womb was like right here, like it's squished in there. It doesn't have a bunch of room. It's squished from what I saw. And I'll try to find like an image of a 13-week baby. Its facial features are still kind of forming, but I swear to you, this baby was smiling. Maybe it's because like that's just the way their face looks right now. It had the biggest mouth, like the biggest smile, I mean. And I swear to you, it was just like, it had its arms like this, looking up at the camera, just going. And then when it started to move, it was just like doing this with its head. Just kind of like ebbing and flowing, just moving, just having the best time. I died in that moment and then came back to life. My little baby that I talk about, I think about, I can see from time to time via ultrasounds. I saw it like live right there. There's just like no preparing for that. There's just truly no preparing for that, especially if you weren't prepared for that in the first place. Oh my god. But you know, in Harry Potter, when Voldemort is like getting thrown into the little goblet thing, it looks like a fetus. That's what the baby looked like. Because it's a baby. It looks like human. It looks like a baby, but it also is still so like little and growing. It just looked like Voldemort, and that's like the only thing I could think of when I saw it. Tried not to think it, but I even said it out loud. I was like, that looks like Voldemort. And the lady was like, your baby is too cute to be Voldemort. I'm like, not in a bad way. It's a good thing. I guess it's just like the only time I have seen like a fetus or baby like that. I'm assuming that's why they made him look that way, like a developing baby. My little Voldemort was so cute and just soaking up the womb and just kind of living its best life in there. And anyway, yeah, everything was great with the scan. They said that anything less than like 3 inches or something with the number 3 with the fluid behind the neck, anything less than 3 is normal, and mine was like 2.3. You know, so after the sonogram, I went into the waiting room for the doctor. They drew my blood. They only had to do 2 vials. She brought the whole tray in. She sure did. She brought in her like 18 vials that they brought in when I went to my first doctor. I said, no, ma'am, I had my labs transferred. You put those away. I'm not doing that right now. And she checked and they were all there. So I only had to do 2, one for the genetic testing and one for the gender. And that was not bad at all. And next time I go, I'll have to do 1 more, which is fine because I feel like I'm going to get used to it. First of all, like the needle and everything, but not having to give half my blood makes a difference. Doctor came in and just kind of like walked me through the baby and, you know, what I saw in the ultrasound. And, you know, I said 2.3 sounds like kind of close to 3. Like, why is it not 1? Or, you know, like, what's going on? And she said if it would not be any more normal if it were 1 than it is 2. That makes sense. She said even if it was 2.99, you're still clear. Anything above 3.01, that's when we start to worry. I was like, okay, if you say so. So that made me feel better. Everything else was good. I told the doctor, you know, like we didn't get all the photos that we wanted. I don't know if I need to like just have more of a voice next time. The sonogram lady was super nice. I was just like, I wish I could stay there for hours and I couldn't. So, and I wish I got photos, but man, that memory, I don't think I'll ever forget, because just seeing your baby in 3D for the first time, seeing the side profile for the first time, man, beautiful, amazing, stunning. Yeah, that was a doctor visit. Really, really happy with everything. So happy that the baby is healthy and normal. So tired. So tired. She is going to call me on hopefully Tuesday, if not Thursday, with the genetic testing results, which I'm praying that everything is fine. And also the gender, but I told her I don't want to know the gender, so what I'll have to do is I'll have to tell the woman right when I answer, don't tell me the gender, just tell me the genetic testing. And then I'll have to give the phone number for Morgan, who's throwing the gender reveal, for them to call her to tell her the gender. Oh my god. We are going to know our gender, and now that it's technically Monday, because it's past midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Let's just say 6 though, because I haven't fallen asleep, but basically like 5.5 days, we'll know the gender. The next video that I film, I will know my gender of the baby. Or I will know the gender of the baby. I think the only reason that I thought it was a boy, or I think it's a boy, is because I've said this before, but I see his name and hear his name daily. I mean daily. And yeah, it's a common name. It's a historical name, so it's gonna come up a lot, and I know I'm just like kind of fine-tuned to hearing it now, but it's all the time. I don't know why I'm scared to say it, because like the only people that watch these I think are my family. I don't know, I started noticing some like new subscribers. I don't know who y'all are. If you are a subscriber, just like comment something down below, like tell me something about yourself, like who are you, something cool about you. Like I would just like to know kind of who's watching these, and I just think it's really cool. I think I'll say the name once I know the gender, just because at that point I'll just be referring to the baby as that name. And now if it's a girl, We're still working on that. I still have my name that I would 100% put on the birth certificate if Brandon said yes. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. He doesn't hate it, okay? There have been names that I have said that he hates. Hates. And he'll tell me straight up, I hate that. I'm like, okay. This name, he doesn't hate. But he keeps just saying, I don't see myself having a daughter with that name. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, expand your thoughts, please, because I see myself having a daughter with that name. And where's the disconnect here? He told his team at work the name of the girl that I like, and they all loved it, and I was like, thinking in my head, why would you tell them that name if you weren't considering it? I think he's a tough one. He likes cutesy, semi-basic names, and I like unique, elegant, classic names. I don't want some weirdo names, all these like beautiful nature names that I think are gorgeous names in general, but I would never name my baby these things. I don't want it to be so out there and unique that people don't know what I'm saying when I say it, don't know how to spell it, give maybe an unwanted nickname instead of just like saying the name. Try to limit my list to like, everybody knows these names. They're not very common, like I've never met anybody with these names, but they are heard of before. So this name that I picked out is just beautiful. Everyone would know how to spell it. Everyone that hears it wouldn't think, oh, why'd you name your kid that? It's a gorgeous, gorgeous name. It's beautiful for a baby, and it's elegant for an adult. You always got to think of the adult version of your baby name. Final guesses. I was also thinking that it's a boy because my symptoms were pretty boyish. I mean, I had a pretty fine first trimester. I didn't throw up. It was just the food aversions. But honestly, I'm just a Virgo. And when things aren't going in a routine, or if things are changed, or if I'm not comfortable, or if I'm not in control, it just like affects me a lot. So I think that having all these like hormonal surges, a baby, like all of the above, I just think it just kind of rocked me a little bit. But it didn't take me down. So I can handle it. But I don't know. And now like second trimester, like I'm feeling decently fine. My hunger is back. My energy's back. Is that a boy? What if it's a boy? What if it's a girl? Like, what if it's actually a girl? I will be so excited either way. Like, and I do not mean that, or what? I do not mean that in a way that's like cliche. I truly could not care less about what it is over the other. Now, if it's like my fourth boy and I'm ready for a girl and it's a boy again, I might be like, oh, rats. But again, would be happy to have a fifth boy. Right now, as my first baby, like, whatever the universe wants to give me, I will take it because I will have a baby. That's it. I'll have a baby. I just have like lifelong fantasies of my baby someday, and if it's a boy, I just can't wait to snuggle him and just fix his hair with water every day and some gel, pick him out the cutest outfits, have friends over, just like raise him to be so polite and just so sweet. And like when he gets into like high school, whether it's football, whether it's theater, whether it's chess, I don't care. I just want him to be happy and adorable, and I know he will be. And then I'll have like a son. What? But then if it's a girl, if it's a girl, I can't wait for more snuggles, of course. Doing her hair every day, picking out her outfits, going shopping with her, spa nights, Disney princesses, like singing to Disney princesses. And then when she's like in high school, I just want her to be like very confident and very prepared. I want her to just kind of like know what she's doing, whatever it is she wants to do. Even if she wants to try a bunch of things, I want her to have a plan. The boy too, but I want them both to be extremely smart. I want them to love school. Who even knows what their school is going to be like by the time they get into high school? I mean, like, school is changing so much after COVID and like virtual, and couldn't tell you. I saw this TikTok. Sorry if I'm like slanted. I'm just kind of like, I'm getting kind of tired. I saw this TikTok that was like, something like, our kids will be alive during the year 2100. I did the math. My baby will be 77 when it's the year 2100. Like, what? Think my final guess that will probably change this week and definitely might change like the day of the gender reveal. My final guess has to be boy. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to boy. Boy. Final answer. I cannot wait to come back next time to tell the future baby I was right. I know things. I know my body. I know the way that this world works. It's a boy. Excited to talk about 14 weeks next time. Excited to know the gender. That's all, folks.